Hi everybody and welcome back to Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus. And last time out we headed through the eclipse and we were able to save Aoi, Yuki's sister, from the Elder Greed which had kind of taken her soul. So we were able to rescue her and Shinomiya's got his sister back. So now this part, the start of this part is going to be just the conclusion of the chapter and basically, you know, just finishing everything else off. And then we're heading into the in-between chapter, which will be starring Asuka. So let's get on with it. Pardon me, I apologize. So yeah. So yeah, it's Ko and Asuka just hanging out and talking about what happened and how the God's App situation now been sorted out. It's been kind of when we destroyed the eclipse that had taken control of the app got destroyed. It got completely erased from the servers as well. So yeah, there are going to be sorry, there are going to be no future events, and yeah, the world has been saved. And again here, this is like a little, it's a little bit of a subtle thing. It's a bit of a subtle one, but Asuka here basically says, if you're going to keep helping out, you've got to be more careful. Which is kind of different from what she's been saying in the past, where she's kind of like, you know, you shouldn't be involved in this shit. Yeah, so she's slowly but surely starting to accept everybody else, you know what I mean, as helping her out with the eclipse and stuff. And hey, Yuki, coming back to school then, you lazy bastard. Ko, such a silly question. So yeah, Shinomiya now has kind of changed a little bit as well. He's kind of he's going to start coming to school again. To be fair, yeah, to be fair, Ko's right there as well. He doesn't really qualify as a normal everyday kid. My apologies. So yeah, Shinomiya's going to start coming to school again. Well, yeah, he's right about that, to be fair. And yeah, so Shinomiya is now going to be helping us out with the eclipse stuff as well. He's going to be getting involved, and you know, to be fair, he would be helpful. You haven't learned at all. He has a bit, just not all that much, to be fair. Yeah. And Asuka was starting to get happy a little bit there. She's like, Jesus, no. I can't get drawn into this shit. I'm a serious person who has to destroy the... who has to deal with the eclipse. I can't be, you know, be nice. Anyway. And that's the end of chapter 3. My apologies. God, my throat is really bad today. Anyway. So yeah, Shinomiya has officially joined the group. And yeah, Asuka is not really as hesitant to allow him to get involved this time, which again, it's kind of nice. It's kind of a little bit of a character growth for Asuka, that she's kind of accepting all this stuff a bit, you know, accepting help from people who are offering it more readily, which is a nice thing. You know, kind of shows her growth a little bit. And now we got the subchapter, the side story, and this one focuses entirely on Asuka and kind of gives us a little bit of insight into not just her character, but what she has, like what she does, like day to day, and how what she's, you know, all the stuff that she's juggling at once. My apologies. God, I keep coughing. But anyway, so yeah, we get to see that basically she's volunteering, but she basically does have a part-time, you know, she does have effectively a part-time job, similar to what Ko has, except, you know, he's got like, he's missed a part-time, so it seems. But she's, you know, showing that she does some side stuff as well. She's got a bit of a part-time job going on. Yeah, so, and this kind of shows, I also kind of like it that it shows that she does have other people that she kind of relies on a little bit, like, you know, the guy here who she's kind of renting the room up, a room above his coffee shop, that he kind of helps her out and tries to, you know, tries to stop her from working herself too overly hard. And he knows a little bit about it. So something's happening tomorrow. I wonder what. So, Chapter 3 side story, The Spirit Sword Wielder. So yeah, this one is more all about pretty much Asuka and kind of what she goes through day to day. It also it's also a little bit of like I wouldn't character development is not the right word, I don't think, but it kind of shows you like like a little bit of character growth for her, of kind of how she's changing a little bit with, you know, accepting the help of Ko and the others, but is still not entirely kind of comfortable with it, if that makes sense. But anyway, she's disappearing off into the distance. Yeah, that's the first time we hear anything from Ko. That's the last thing. Do you have time to work? I need to talk to you about something. Okay. Oh shit. What's going on? Yeah, but this is all leading up. That we'll find out about that at the end of the side chapter. So wait a little bit longer. The Nanahoshi Mall, which was an area which opened up in the last chapter. My apologies. Okay, yeah. Basically, this is the introduction to a new character. This is Tetsuo, and he is another one of the he is basically an engineer for Asuka's kind of group that she works for, who go into the eclipse, and he basically tunes up Asuka's soul device for her. He's kind of introduced here, and then I think from the start of Chapter 4, you can go to the Nanahoshi Mall and talk to him, and you can buy, like, things for your soul device. So you can, you know, buy new cores, you can upgrade it, and that kind of thing. So it's just another place you can go to upgrade various things. I think there are exclusive cores that you can get as well to strengthen up your weapon. So yeah, it's well worth it. It's well worth going to him every so often just to see if there's any new stuff that you can get. It's why you don't shouldn't like go, you know, stick to one place the whole time just to upgrade your soul device, because there are other places you can go to get which have like exclusive and better kit. But anyway, also it's not. Yeah, she's still kind of pushing back against it a little bit. She still doesn't like or feel comfortable with it at all. That people are basically treating it as like she's forming a new team for herself. She doesn't kind of like that, and she kind of gets a little pissy here, where he kind of, when he kind of points out that you've got other people around you, haven't you? And you're working with other people now. That's kind of different. And she kind of gets a little bit miffed about it. It's just like, no, it's not that big a deal, for God's sake. Fuck off. Yeah, she kind of gets a little bit tsundere there. A little bit. Not by much. And again, it also shows like how she thinks about herself. That she's kind of where everybody around her is kind of like how reliable she is and how how strong she's got as like as a fighter and all that kind of thing. And she's still kind of like, nah, I'm not. I've still got a lot to learn. I'm not that good. Yeah, which is another hint there that maybe they were trying to do it. They don't really do a romantic thing here with any of the characters, really. There's like, or rather, it's not specified, because it's kind of like, because there's obviously a thing with the main plot revolves around Ko and his childhood best friend Shiori a little bit, which we'll find out more about that later on, much later on. But even that, she's not really. It's not really specifically said that she's a love interest kind of thing. And they kind of hint at it that Asuka and Sora that kind of have feelings for him as well, but it's never really specifically stated in the game. But anyway, it's just kind of hinted at there and here and there. Yep, time for us to go through to another go into another eclipse. This one's similar because Hiragi kind of points it out here. Aftermath of the Starlit Sky. This is kind of, I think it's the same area as you went to when it was Asuka and Sora partnering up, which I think was in between chapters 2 and 3. And so nobody else is here. So yeah, she's gonna release her constraints a little bit here. Which, is something here which I think is kind of cool, yet really fucking irritating. Basically, the story justification is that now she's completely by herself. She can release like the constraints on her power, and she can go all out, and tap into this like superpowered state. Which, by the way, you can only use in this sub chapter and then side chapter, and then you can't use it any other point in the game, and that's kind of fucking irritating. This thing isn't completely broken though, to be fair, because your attack power is significantly increased, but what it also does is it constantly drains a little bit of health each time. So you see, it constantly keeps draining, and so you have to pick up kind of the energy, from chests and from defeating enemies to to keep everything. There you go. To keep your health up, and it just constantly drains throughout the time you're in the dungeon. So it's not completely and utterly broken. It does have a bit of a drain to it. You know, so it's not like it's completely and utterly broken. Although, to be fair, now that I'm at level 60, it is pretty broken. To be fair, because, you know, I'm just wailing on enemies and just destroying them in a couple of hits. Yeah, I mean, look at this. You're just destroying these guys in no time whatsoever. It's still not... to be fair, even if you when doing a normal playthrough, you're still destroying the enemies pretty fucking fast. So in the end of the day, it's still no big deal. But yeah, it's something, like I said, it kind of annoys me because it is fun to use her ability, this new ability of hers, here in this side chapter. But what's irritating is that it's not like introduced as kind of like a gameplay mechanic for the rest of the game. So, for example, like I would have liked it if you built up like a meter which was exclusive for Hiragi, and then once that meter is filled up, you can, you know, unleash her full power and keep going until the meter runs out. I think that would have been a good way of doing it. Or even if it was just like a, you know, a thing which you can activate at any time, but it like uses up a lot of... What was I doing there? But whenever you used it, it used up a lot of health as you were going through, like a lot of health drained as you were constantly going. I reckon you could have done that, and it could have been something like a bit of a... And something else that would have been cool as well is if the other characters in your party could, you know, as the game progressed, could unlock that a similar kind of ability to Hiragi, and kind of be ridiculously strong. You know what I mean? And to add a bit more variety. But yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I understand why they left it for this one chapter and that's it. Because, you know, having it available at all times would be kind of broken. My apologies. But I just think, you know, it's kind of like giving you a bit of a glimpse of power and then kind of taking it away from you and saying, no, you can't use it. It's kind of bull. Yeah, so I find that kind of, you know, disappointing about this because, you know, it is really enjoyable, you know, to blast the, you know, to go through blasting the shit out of things. But anyway, S rank, baby. And it's pretty easy. Like I said, this chapter's pretty easy. It's just a straight run through. And then we have a boss to face. So let's take on the boss. With Hiragi in a Super Saiyan state, so to speak. And I really like this boss design. This boss design is so badass. Vampire, Elder Greed Vampire. I really like this design. I don't know why, but it's just, I think it looks pretty fucking cool. Time to exterminate. Time to kick some ass and take some names. I guess the biggest problem I have with not having access to this power is more the hand wavy thing that we do with it, where it's just like, oh, the reason why we can't use it all the time is because, you know, Hiragi's kind of is because Hiragi is like worried about using that power with everybody else around her, and I'm just like, nah, that's bullshit. That's bollocks. You could have just quite easily, you know, used that power and told everybody to back off, you know what I mean? But anyway, it's a fun little mode to use, but yeah, this is pretty much the only time we use it. So kind of, it's fun, but then kind of disappointing. you know, that we don't get to use it more often, and that other characters don't get similar kind of overpowered states. But whatever. It's just it's a minor thing which annoys me in this game. But anyway, we're fine. Oh yeah, and this is kind of, and they do this as well, where it's like the Omega Driver, she calls it, kind of leaves her, does quite a number on her physical form. So yeah, like I say, it's all hand wavy bullshit of just saying, oh yeah, the reason why she doesn't use it all the time is because it drains her stamina so fast, and because other people around her might get hurt if she used it with the group around her, and it's just like, oh, think of a way around it. It's just lazy, in my humble opinion. But anyway, time for Hiragi to go home and have a bit of a chill out session. Rest her weary bones. Other people are here. Oh look, it's Ko, Sora, and Yuki. Huh? What's all this about today? What's so special about today, huh? What's going on? I like this as well. That she makes it look as if she's going to say something really serious, and it's like, no, happy birthday. It's your birthday, you stupid girl. Sorry, my apologies. Fuck my throat. Yeah, Asuka had forgotten. She's kind of forgotten. By the way, it's kind of creepy that Yuki, you know, knows her birthday because of the, you know, that he hacked all of us. So Yuki's kind of like, I love that. Ko sells him out so fucking quickly because he's kind of like, oh, why do I have to be here? And Ko's like, fucking asshole, you said that you wanted it. By the way, that's a nice looking cake. Looks really good. Again, yeah, Ko's right. Seriously, you have no tact, Shinomiya. Ko's been a nice guy again. So yeah, she looks as if she's kind of be a little bit frustrated at this point, and kind of like, oh, for God's sake, why are you making such a big deal out of all this crap? But when she thinks a little bit more, she's accepting it a little bit for today. So it's kind of a nice, sweet little moment. But yeah, there you go. That is the end of the side chapter for chapter 3. In between chapters 3 and 4, Spirit Sword Wielder. But anyway, that's going to be it for this part of Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus. Join me next time when we're going to be beginning chapter 4. And this next chapter is a bit of a long one. This is like the first one, which is like seriously fucking long. And we're going to be meeting up again with a character that we met in an earlier chapter. So join me next time for the next part of Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus for the start of chapter 4. See you next time.